Good evening and welcome to Inspire to Achieve Global TV. And thank you for joining me this evening in the Executive Suite. And for those of you that know me, I'm Roxanne St. Clair and I'm your host this evening. And really, we've just come together to relax, unwind, reconnect, and get recharged. So, Monday evening, so how has your week started? Has it started with a bang? Have you had to drag yourself up today? How is it going for you? So, as you know, this show's all about us communicating and speaking. So, like, comment, share, and let's see how we can work together this evening. So, this evening, what I'm going to be talking about is what do you want to be known for, or what are you known for? Because without you defining what you want to be known for, you may be given a label or a title or a definition that is so far removed from what you feel you are or who you feel you want to be or what you feel you want your business to be known for. And because this is the Executive Suite, the place where leaders, business owners, senior management, and the executives come together to really talk about what's going on for us in our business life, in our work life, and then the actual things that impact our lives as well. So let's start talking about, what you want to be known for. And oh, hi, Robert. Thanks for joining. There seems to be a lot of colds and flu going around, but it's that time of year, isn't it, where the change of seasons and everything, and our bodies are readjusting. So Sarah's been very generous, I see, in giving you her cold. So I hope that you're taking care of you, and whether you're using your honey and lemon or whatever remedies you use to help that cold come through your system. Sometimes people even say that there are things that you need to shed, and that's why you get cold, so that your body can purge whatever you need to get rid of to take you to the next step. So take lots of self-care, Robert. But thank you for being with me this evening. Really appreciate you joining and coming on board. So let's have our conversation today and see what you're known for, what you want to be known for. You're feeding that cold, brilliant. So let's feed it and let it go away. Let it disappear somewhere else. So share with me, Robert, what is it that you're known for, or that you want to be known for? Let's investigate that, because what I want to do this evening, it's not just talking about what you want to be known for, but looking at the different aspects of, say, your business life, your work life, to see how that follows through for you, whether it's just a title or if in the different steps that we'll go through, whether that flows through and it's like a message that's continuous. So let's start with, for example, if people who are in a business, do you have a logo? And what does your logo say about you? Is your logo something that people will look at it straight away and feel, they'll feel something, they'll get the sense of what it is you want them to get. If you're into marketing and branding, you know that colors are very important and colors convey a message. So for myself, as you'll see behind me, blue is one of the colors that I identify with. And blue is that color for conversation, communication, also for calm, because I like to bring a lot of calm to my environment. And that's one of the things that I'm known for. With whichever clients I'm working with, one of the things that always said to me is that I create that calm space so people can think and they can operate and they can function. So, what colors do you use? And what are you saying here? So, Robert, you're saying that you would hope that you're known for connecting with and elevating heart-centered people. Okay, so what does that mean to you? Because how do you convey it? And therefore for people to then receive that and recognize that in you. So again, it's not just hoping that that's what you're known for. It's how do you convey it? How do people know that? So again, if you brand yourself in any way or you market yourself, how do you convey that thing about connecting with and elevating heart-centered people? So this is what we're getting into tonight. So it's having the idea, but then how do we, follow through with that idea in all aspects of what we're doing within our business or within our work? So I'm just saying to you, in terms of with me, with blue, with the calming environment, with that communication side of things, and again, having started out with the finance background, but more in accounts, it's being able to communicate with different people in an organization, because one, it's receiving the relevant information that's needed to go into the accounts, and then on the other side, producing information that gives people a picture of what's happening in the business. So it's constantly having to communicate with people. So one, communicating my needs or my requirements, and then two, on the other hand, sharing and communicating with business owners, directors, senior managers, so that I'm then fulfilling their requirements and their needs. So blue, is that communication color. Blue's, again, for calm. Blue is about trust, so reliability. So these are some of the things that the color's known for. If you're a person that's, about energy, or a business that's about energy and action and vibrancy, you may go for red. So, these are the things to think about. So you're saying that you would hope that you'll know. Okay, I've read that one. Would help if I scroll up, maybe. Right, okay. So, we've spoken about your logo, about colors and what that can mean for you. But then how do you progress? So, if, for example, you're saying that, connecting with heart-centered people and elevating them, Robert. So then the next thing I was going to look at is customer service. How are you serving those people that you're connecting with? Because if you're connecting with them and you're looking to elevate them, how do you serve them? What's the service you're giving them that is about elevating? So, these are the things that we're looking at. Right, so you say that you do this in live streams that these people are putting on or participating, being able to know when they are speaking from the heart and recognize this with heartfelt project. Okay, all right, so so that's another way of elevating heart-centered people. So again, are you doing your own projects now? Because you're on this live stream, and I know that you're a great supporter, and well, you're part of the Yes You Can family. And you always contribute, you always add value, and you connect with, and it's true, you do connect with what's been said, what's been offered, and then give your valuable input. So in terms of when you're doing your own things and you're generating your programs or whatever it is that you're now building up, how are you now connecting with people in that way that you're showing them that it's about elevation? So they get that feeling from you that they're being elevated. So when they finish speaking, while they're speaking to you and when they finish speaking to you, that feeling of being elated and uplifted, how do you know that that's what's happening? Do you get the feedback from them so that you can actually gauge that what you're doing is what you want to be doing, and therefore you're being known for exactly what it is you want to be known for? So these are some of the things to consider when you're dealing with customers, for example. And yes, to an extent, the people that you come on their streams, you can see them as a customer if your intention is to go in and serve. So that's a great feedback and input from you. So just looking at some other things that I wanted to say, because I haven't put all of them as prompts, but so I've mentioned about how do you demonstrate your motto. So what I will actually do is go through the list. So I've mentioned customers, for example, in terms of what do your customers feel and what would a customer feel in order to emulate your motto or your mission or what you want to be known for. But within your teams now, how do the team portray what the organization wants to be known for? Now, the company that I work with, they're very high on quality, for example. So they have exacting standards as to the products that they deliver, and all of their products are bespoke products. So for them, if the end customer is not going to get something that they are overjoyed with, then to them it's not hit that quality mark. And they will take it back, they will look at it, they will redo the work until it reaches the quality mark that they want to be known for. Now, how exacting are you in terms of ensuring that your team live up to whatever that that motto is, or whatever that standard is. So another thing for myself, for example, is around value and recognizing people's value and everybody knowing that they've got some form of value in them, regardless of what it is, whatever job they do, whatever service they provide. Everybody has value in them. So when somebody's finished speaking to me, my hope and intention is that they realize that some sort of value has been recognized in them. It may even be a value that they didn't even know that they had. But that is my thing, in that everybody has value, and how do I help them to see their own value? Because it's not about me and me saying, oh, this is how valuable I am. It's about you or the person that I'm speaking to, for them to recognize their own value. So what do you say? Okay, so again, Robert, you're saying that your personal goal is to become their friend and to continue to support them in their endeavors. Well, that's a really lovely goal, lovely, and gesture to have in terms of befriending people and helping them in their endeavors. And you're probably familiar with the quote from Zig Ziglar: if you help enough people get what they want, you in turn get what you want. So if for you it's that feel good and feeling that you're doing something worthwhile and viable by supporting and befriending these heart-centered people so that they're elevated, and in turn that elevates you and makes you feel good about yourself, that's quite a noble mission and intention to have. And as long as there's a value in there for you, then it's a win-win scenario. So thank you for that. And hi, Serpa, thank you for joining. Hope that you got back okay and that you had a nice, relaxing journey. So I'm looking forward to see you when you come back again in January. So thank you for joining us. And tonight, Serpa, what we're talking about is, what do you want to be known for? What is it that you're putting out that you want people to know you for? So do share and comment, because again, we're just having a conversation around that and the different areas in which how you put that through in everything that you do. So not just saying, hi, this is me and this is what I am, but it's in your interactions, in what people will say about you when you're not there. So, do share and like and comment as well. So the next thing I wanted to talk about really was, because I mentioned customer service and mentioned your team, in terms of how does your team live up to and portray whatever it is you want your business to be known for. The other area, again now, is your suppliers. We've mentioned customers, so your suppliers, do they also agree? And do they also know you as, whether, as mentioned before, a client of mine, their thing is about quality. Do they know that you have such exacting standards so that whatever they supply to you, they know has to be of the highest quality? So this is when you know that you are known for what you want to be known for. So for example, again, this company that they make bespoke products. So if their supplier then supply them with, so let's say substandard material, and it may not be intentional, it could be, just that case, it's a bad batch. They should expect to have that returned to them, because it does not meet the standard that this particular customer requires and expects. So then it's building that relationship to know that, well, okay, if you're not providing me with the level of support and the level of quality that I would expect from you to go into my product, then I expect you to make amends and then provide me with merchandise of the quality that I expect, because I'm putting my name to that. If I'm putting my name to something and it's not of a particular quality, then that will, impact my reputation. And we all know that once your reputation is impacted, then other issues can come from that. So again, this is why I say it's very important to not just for you to know what you want to be known for, but for this message to be part and parcel of who you are, how you operate, what you deliver and what you do, so that everybody along your supply chain can be aware of that and therefore live up to whatever that is. So whether it's quality, whether it's value, whether it's friendliness, whether, you know, whatever it is, they can live up to that, and they're aware of it because you portray that in everything that you do. So let me see if there's anything that I wanted to say specifically. Okay. Right. Okay. So one of the things that I do. Right. So you're saying you have a very discerning eye, Robert. People find this out when they show me something that doesn't measure up. Brilliant. And why not? Because again, you're setting your standards, you have your boundaries. And when you have your boundaries and your standards, it makes life easier for you and for them in the long run once they get to know you. So that's brilliant. So, okay. Okay. All right. So thank you for that contribution. So what I would like to do now, I'm just going to put some names up. And again, do comment and say, you know, what comes to mind when you think of these organizations? Because this is an example of how companies, you know, get their name out and how what they want to be known for. So they may have a motto initially, but then after they've had the motto, you then, you know, it starts to become something that's ingrained with us. So I've just put up Apple, for example. So when you see Apple, you know, what comes to mind? Hi, Michelle, thank you for joining. You know, do you think of quality when you think of Apple? Do you automatically think of their products? What, you know, what are they known for to you? Do you think of innovation? So these are all examples of, you know, you hear a name and it's, so I know for myself, I hear Apple, I think iPhone. And I probably think of that before I think of, say, a MacBook or an iPad. And then, you know, I think of their logo, which is the apple with a bit bitten out of it. So again, they're known for something. The fact that they can have people queuing up overnight when they've got a new release of the latest phone, even though you only renewed your phone probably, a year and a half or 2 years previously, and the phones aren't cheap, that speaks volumes. So another one I will put up is Nike. You know, what do you think when you thank you, Robert. Again, when you see Nike, what do you think? You know, straight away, my first things I hear or think of the name, and I see a tick. So this is another example of what you're known for. And, you know, the phrase, just do it. Right. Sheldon, was that ha-ha to Robert's comment or ha-ha to the tick? But, you know, that is the thing where, what do you want to be known for? Nike, just do it. It's the tick. And the funny thing is that just do it is only a portion of the full message that they give out. And no, I didn't prepare the message for you. So that's your bit of homework. Go and find out what the full message is. And you'll see that how a catchy phrase can actually replace the full message. So again, be careful of the message that you put out because the phrase may change depending on what's in there. So let me see, because we're international today, so I don't want to just put UK names and stuff up, but there is one UK one that I think is probably well known internationally, and that's Marks and Spencer. Now, what do you think of when you think of Marks and Spencer? Now, I know years ago, the first thing that you would think of with them was quality. They used to be the aspirational brand. They were an aspirational name that people would want to, go and buy something from Marks and Spencer's. If it was, a piece of clothing, oh, you've got, that's a Marks and Spencer's jumper. And, they were quite distinctive. You could tell when something came from Marks and Spencer's. Now, I'm going back a few decades. And even with their food stuff, it used to be about quality. And that was always the thing, that they were an aspirational brand. Now I think they still have certain levels of quality, but now that the market has changed so much, they haven't got the same cachet as they had many years ago, but they're still going strong. So, they must be doing something. Okay, here's one that you definitely will recognize, and whether you love it or hate it, but we all know Coca-Cola. What do you think of when you think of Coca-Cola? It's the red and white. It's a curvaceous shaped bottle. It's Santa Claus, which is where the red and white colors came in, and with Santa. So again, these, what do you think of when you think of these names? The name goes, further than them. It's instantly recognizable. So again, with your name, is your name instantly recognizable? Here's another one, eBay. What do you think of when you hear eBay? Now, I know for myself, right? Okay, Robert, so you're saying, is that with Marks and Spencer's where you're saying that your grandmother used to speak of them quite highly? Yes, and I can understand that, even though we're talking about eBay, let's carry on about Marks and Spencer. Because I know, for example, we had relatives overseas, and if we were traveling, if you took them something from Marks and Spencer's, that was a great gift, they really appreciated it. Right, so it's never the same after 1982. Yeah, you're quite right. So yes, so that just shows you about what a name can do, and when you're known for something in particular, it can, it can travel through generations, it can travel across nations. As I said, if we go back to eBay, when you think of eBay, what do you think of? It was one of the early platforms where regular people could go on and sell items, and you think of you're getting a bargain. It was one of the original online shops where people could go on and sell things that they no longer wanted. Whereas now it's evolved into so many different areas, and you can buy almost anything on eBay. So, again, but it's got a name and it's known for something. So let me see, who else do I have for you? There's another, relatively new one. And Whole Foods, again, for people that are into, eating better and more interested in their diet and what they're eating, Whole Foods have got their niche market. And again, they aren't the cheapest, but people feel that when they're going to Whole Foods, that they expect a certain level of quality. They expect to be able to get something slightly different, but still something nutritious. So again, they're creating a name. They're known for something. So this is the same with yourself in terms of what do you want to be known for, or what are you known for, and how do you maintain that? Because once you've established that name and established what you're known for, you then have to keep it going. You have to ensure that everything you do reflects that. And even when you don't think that people are watching, it still needs to be reflected, because people may watch without you knowing they're watching. So even now, we're all on this broadcast. This broadcast could be seen by thousands of people around the world, people that I may or may never see. But I could be walking down the road tomorrow, and somebody may have seen this broadcast, unbeknownst to me, and come up to me and speak to me about it, and raise a particular point. I'll give you an example, actually. It was quite a funny thing that happened to me towards the end of last week. I was like, it was actually after 12, and I received a WhatsApp message from a lady that I know. She's quite a senior lady in quite in a diplomatic capacity. And she'd sent this picture, and underneath it said, "Hi, Roxanne, is this you?" So when I looked, it was a picture of me from a photo shoot, I think it was just over 2 years ago. So I saw it and I responded and said, "Oh, where did you get that from?" So I didn't answer. I was like, "Where did you get that from?" So she then explained that another person within the diplomatic corps was organizing an event, and they had sent the link to a particular website. And as she was scrolling through the website, she saw my picture, and straight away she thought, "Oh, I know that person. That face looks familiar." And then did a screen print and sent it through to me. Now, it just so happens that the person whose website it is somebody that I've known for quite a long time. We'd lost contact many, many years ago. And when they started this new business, that's how we got back into contact. It's a long story, but we got back into contact, and we've been in contact ever since. And I ended up becoming one of their original models for their line of bespoke women's wear. And, so this is something that happened a couple of years ago. And somebody that I've known, I've probably known them for a few years, actually, about 2 or 3 years, saw this on a website, put two and two together and we've had a conversation around it. And there will be other spouses in that same community that probably have been invited to the same event. So when they see the picture, it'll be, oh, I know her, but they know me in a totally different capacity. They do not know me as a model. They know me as a chair of an organization. So again, what do you want to be known for? And is everything that you're doing in line with that? Thankfully, because again, my thing is about value, it's about people, it's about connection. And the company that actually make this bespoke dresses, again, it's for people in a particular echelon, for professionals, etc. So it's still in line with what I'm known for. So these are the things to consider, because if you're doing so many different things and they're not really connected, then what message are you putting out there? And will people actually recognize and identify with you? Hi, Louise. Thank you for joining. Lovely to see you. So that's something to consider. I'm just going to check how we're doing for time. Okay, we've still got a little bit of time here. So let me look through some of your comments. And Robert, yeah, I'm loving the comments. So let's see. So Serpa's saying hello to everyone. Serpa's just flown back to Finland. Was it? I think it was yesterday, Serpa, that you went back. So you know, spent a few months in the UK, and I dare say your English is even better than mine now. And yeah, so it'd be good to hear about your journey and how you're doing back in Finland. And what are we saying here? Right, so just seeing who else has come in. So Louise is saying, hi Roxanne, hi to you, Louise. Hope that you've had a fabulous day. I was just asking earlier on, how has your week started? Has it started off with a bang? Has it started off with you sort of forcing yourself up today? What's going on for you today? Yes, exactly, Louise. Branding and values must align. And also, what I was saying earlier on, it's even more than just the branding and the values. It's about all the things that you do. Do they correlate with that message that you want to put out there? Do they correlate with what you want to be known for? So, for example, I'll recap now. For example, you know, your customer service. Is the relationship and the way that you treat your customers in line with what you want to be known for? In terms of your team, are your team on board with what you want to be known for? And are their actions portraying the same message? You know, when your suppliers, do they know what you're known for? And do they then supply you at that level so that you can continue to be known for whatever it is you want to be known for, whether it's quality, whether it's value, whatever it is you want to be known for? Is that being, you know, followed through throughout the line of communication that you have, in terms of when, you know, even when you're not in the business, is what you do and say and your interactions in line with what you want to be known for? So what are you saying? Oh, okay, Louise, I'll await that. So who else is on? I see Nat came in. Hi, Nat. Thanks for joining us. Lovely to see you. So let me see. Okay, Robert, we won't mention any more about eBay. I'll keep quiet on that one. Okay, let's see now. Right, so again, you know, looking at what you want to be known for, I think it's one of those things that, especially in this day and age, with the internet, with social media, it's so easy to just say one wrong thing or do one wrong thing, and that totally change the pattern of what you're known for. You know, I know, well, I won't go into details, but, you know, I've heard of, should I say, scenarios where people have been doing really well and they make one mistake and that's suddenly all that they're known for. And even I was in an office this morning and one of the men there mentioned somebody that's on a popular TV program in the UK at the moment. And apparently now a certain bit of drama has been created around them. Now, so everything that they've done before, no matter if it's been good or whatever, this one incident has now impacted them because that's what they're going to be remembered for. So these are the things that you consider, especially if you're in the public eye, or if you're in business or wherever you are. Sometimes it's the things that you don't want to be known for that will actually go out there and be plastered about your name. And so I always say, be mindful that you can live up to what it is you say you are. Because if you can't live up to it, then you really need to sort of readdress what it is you're really putting out there and have some kind of contingency in place if you need to rectify something that you've done. So if, for example, you've got a dissatisfied customer, what are you going to do to make amends? What are you going to do to ensure that that customer feels appreciated, that they realize that whatever incident may have happened is not the normal for how you do business? Because it takes one customer to actually, spoil years, maybe decades of good work. So, regardless of whether or not they did or didn't do what was required of them, because they're not going to be telling everybody that they didn't follow through on what was expected of them, they're going to be looking at what they feel they didn't get from you. So how do you, what's your customer service like? How do you communicate with your customers? Because it's very important. On the same hand, even with your suppliers nowadays as well, because if you rely on them for something specific and you're not nurturing and building that relationship based on who you say you are, if they stop supplying you, will you be able to continue in business in the way that you have done before? So these are things that we sometimes take for granted, but we don't always think about. But then when crunch time comes, suddenly we have a major issue, and how do we solve it? So this is things that we really need to be taken on board and we're considering. Now, I just want to see, is there anything else that I had the burning desire to share with you today? No. So has anybody got any specific questions that you want to speak about regarding what you want to be known for, how you maintain that relationship with customers, with suppliers? Because I've had quite a bit of experience on that side, and I tend to be in the middle because I still do financial consulting work, more from the operational side in terms of how do you run your full finance department structure. So I tend to deal with on the customer side, I deal on the supplier side, and have those communications, those levels of contact. Hi, Richard. Thanks for joining. Yes, I'm looking forward to our interview on Friday too. So yes, and I'll be reminding people about that as well. So that it's that level of contact, because I've been in roles where I've had to chase customers for payment, and we're not talking small amounts of money. So how do you maintain that relationship, that still make them feel good, even if you're chasing them for quite substantial amounts? They may be challenged because they're waiting for somebody else to sign off, but you end that call where they feel that, okay, they may feel bad about the situation, but they don't feel bad about the conversation. So things like that. On the other hand, I've had suppliers that may have called to find out, payment dates. Now, imagine you're in the middle. You're waiting for your customer to pay you so that you can then pay a supplier. And you've then got to say to your supplier that they have to wait for payment. But you don't want to upset them, but you want to have that level of communication and understanding that they're not getting paid today, but they haven't been forgotten. And I can tell you, I've had some great conversations on that basis. And, we end up coming off the phone laughing and joking, and they're thanking me because, our calls have just gone off at a tangent. And then we arrange that when we're going to either speak again or message each other, or when the funds will be with them. But it's building that relationship and seeing people as people also that enables you to navigate around the business arena. So, you know, these are just little tidbits that I'm giving you here today. And it's from, you know, I won't tell you how many decades of experience, because I keep trying to tell everyone I'm only 21. So that will sort of decry that. But, you know, it's those kind of things that, remember, you're always dealing with people. So when you're dealing with people, there has to be that level of consistency, that level of authenticity, and maintaining your integrity. So that if you take nothing else away, it's that. You know, so it's that authenticity and integrity that you have when you're dealing with people that actually is the thing that they remember. And that's the thing that you get known for. So let me just see. I like that one, Robert. So you say that you would use humor in your subway station stop announcements, and you had passengers crying from laughter. Yes, and I've seen that here as well. There's one particular tube station where we have one conductor, and he's very much, you know, he's very memorable, should I say. And it does actually make a difference. And where I used to live before, funny enough, we used to have a bus driver, and he would greet every single passenger that got onto his bus. And some people found it a bit uncomfortable because they're not used to that. But it was, you know, it was like you could tell he was enjoying what he was doing. And then when people got off, he would say goodbye to everybody that got off the bus. And it didn't particularly slow him down. But, you know, from my perspective, this is somebody that's doing his job, and it could be a monotonous job, but he's enjoying himself. And he's trying to make people feel welcome. He's courteous to everybody. And it was actually quite refreshing. Okay, yeah, you've got it sussed out there, Robert. So, right, so Richard, you're saying that you'll be known for interesting questions. You'll be known as authentic, real, a natural born leader. So you lead from the front by example. The quality and right, don't give it all away now, Richard, because you won't have any of this left for me on Friday. Or you're just whetting everyone's appetite so they come back and join us on Friday at 8 o'clock. Smart move there, Richard. All right, so we are actually, we're coming close to time. So, you know, I really just want to say thank you for joining tonight. And if you're on, are you actually joining the webinar tonight? Because we do have a webinar where Bradley's going to be speaking to you about more of what's going on in Yes You Can. And I think there may be a few opportunities that are going to be coming out for people. What I will do, so I'm going to do my octopus bit now. And if I can log on from my phone, I will actually post, oops, bear with me. I will post the, and of course my phone's doing its own thing. I will post the link to the webinar. So let me just see if I can post that. I have to find this live. There we go. It's actually quite fun looking at myself while I'm doing this. So, right, let's see, get that in there for you. Right, okay, so that's the link to the webinar. So if you are able to join tonight, then it's at 9 o'clock. So you need to register for it first, and then you can join us at 9 o'clock. And yeah, just find out more about what we're doing, what we're up to, and what the opportunities are that are out there. Because some of you have been part of the platform, you've been sharing, you're always on the lives, and you contribute and so. So, you know, find out more about what's going on, what we're doing again, and then yeah, just see. You know, they say information and knowledge is power. So if you don't go, you don't know. And one of my aspiring colleagues is on here, Herman. So Herman, thank you for joining us. And Herman, wow, Herman, we call Herman the gentleman because he's just so unique in how he operates, and he's so knowledgeable as well, and a great orator. So we learn lots from him, but he's so humble and quiet with it. So yeah, glad that you could join us, Herman. So yeah, so on that note, what I'd really like to do is just thank everyone for joining me this evening. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for liking. Thank you for sharing. Have an awesome week, because okay, Monday's over, so you've still got the rest of the week to go. And really just stay focused on what it is you want out of your week. be mindful of what you want to be known for, because actions say more than words. You can tell people anything, but it's the actions that you take that really see if you're aligned with what it is you say you want to be known for. And just go out and make things happen and enjoy your week. And I look forward to connecting with you here again on Friday at 8 p.m. when I will have my awesome guest, Richard Fay, here. And I'm just looking forward to our interview, because none of us know what's going to be covered yet. So you have to come back here on Friday at 8 o'clock to find out. So look forward to seeing you then. Have a fabulous week, and thank you for joining. Take care. Bye for now.